What's going on, everybody? I'm your host, Ben Ballion, back with another episode of the Sports Pod. And the Knicks go up 3-2. We're winning in 6. Knicks in 6 got a nice ring to it. The Pacers are not going to be able to come back for a second time and muster up the energy, the desperation, the urgency to beat the Knicks 3 times in a row on their home floor. The Knicks are coming out like mass killers on Friday. And you can't change my mind. I'll get into all of it on the other side of the intro. Hit it.
That ball is out of here! Out of here!
All right. Before I get into the episode, just want to mention it again. And it's really why I haven't been posting as many normal episodes like this on Spotify and Apple and everywhere else. So I've been doing more streams and on YouTube, Twitch, Instagram. You can find them. All the links will be in the description. Instagram at the sportspod underscore Ben. YouTube at the sportspod underscore. And then Twitch the underscore sports underscore pod. I've been having a lot of fun doing that. I've done a lot of pre-games for the Knicks game, like pre-game shows for the Knicks. And if I got enough engagement over there, I might start streaming my actual episodes. But then after that, I'll put it on Spotify and everywhere else. So I'll still be on here. I just haven't been doing as much because I've been doing that instead. But all the recaps, except for Game 4, but I think I put that one on Spotify because it was such an early game that I did a post-game show. So whatever. But getting into this one, the Knicks get a big win, 121-91 over the Indiana Pacers. They got their get back. They got their win on their home court. Everybody's protected home court so far. The series doesn't start till a team loses at home. So in theory, in Game 6, the series could start and end on the same night. It's going to be another funeral on the road. Here we go, Knicks country. I'm not gonna jinx it, but we're going to the Eastern Conference Finals. Knock on wood. Here we go. I mean, I think we get one of the next two. Even if it isn't in Game 6, I think we get Game 7. And honestly, it might be better if we get Game 7. And win that Game 7. I don't want to go to a Game 7 on purpose. Because anything can happen in a Game 7. But if it does end up going that way, I'm still pretty confident that we're going to pull it out because I'm confident in our guys that they're going to win in a Game 7 high pressure situation. I also think that the Pacers just don't have that fight, the grit, the determination to come into the Garden and win. Like you saw, it was like right from the tip. The Knicks dominated that game. Actually, they did. The Pacers started the game on a 4-0 run. So, but after that, I think that was the biggest lead for the Pacers and the last time the Pacers led in that game, besides like 4-2, because we flat out dominated. And you know what I really like from that game? The fighting, the altercations. First between Hartenstein, Alec Burks, and Miles Turner, and then in the second half, the third quarter, Dante DiVincenzo getting in Isaiah Jackson's face. I love it. Absolutely love that. Dante, and it was like the thing with Dante, he was never going to fight. He was always in control. Isaiah Jackson's the one that would have done something dumb to get him suspended, ejected, whatever it would be. Is Dante, yeah, he was going after it, going at it with Jackson, but it always looked like he knew what he was doing. He never looked like he was about to like throw hands or something, because he just wasn't. Um, and that's not something Dante would do. So I like the fight out of everybody. I like the grit, and I said it after Game 4, the urgency that we need to come out with. Because if we lost that game, our season was gonna be over. We if we lost Game 5 at home, we're 100% losing Game 6 in Indy. I just think that's how it's gonna go. And before that game, before Game 5, I thought it was gonna take 7 for the Knicks to win, but now I do think we can close this out in 6, just based off how Game 5 went and how we just flat out dominated them. We were the better team. We showed it even without OG Anunoby. We're the better team. We're more talented. They have more depth, but we have more skilled players. And Alec Burks, oh my goodness, Alec Burks, such a revelation off the bench. Got traded here, didn't get it going. He was out of the rotation for a month, and then he just comes back in and just getting buckets. Like he found his stroke. I said the Knicks should do this in game 1 I said it prior to the series that the Knicks should give him a couple minutes in game 1 just to see if he has that shooting. And he's hot, but they didn't. They did it in game 2. They played him for 44 seconds. He didn't do anything. But then game 3, after OG went down, when they needed him most, Alec Burks rose to the occasion and he had a big game. And then in game 4, that's a wash. I don't count that, but he did lead the Knicks with 20 points in that game. And then last night, Alec Burks fan club stand up. Alec Burks shot the ball well again from deep. Alec Burks came off the bench and looked like the veteran point guard we thought we were getting when we traded for him. Alec Burks finished with 18 points, 5 boards. Alec Burks came up big time. I just said Alec Burks a lot of times. But no, in all seriousness, I think we would be in Cancun if we didn't have Burks playing like this. Um, we just wouldn't be. Maybe not in Cancun. Well, definitely not. But um, we would definitely be down 3-2 right now. The other move that I love Tibbs for, starting Deuce McBride after he was in a shooting slump. It gave him more confidence, and he had a big game as well. Deuce McBride in his first career playoff start finished with 17 points, 3 for 7 from deep, 7 for 15 from the field, 4 assists. And honestly, his defense on Halliburton was tremendous. I loved how after every possession he was full court pressuring, making Halliburton work all the way up the court, and then staying with him, fighting over screens, doing everything. And he comes from a football background, and really all these guys played football. They all played baseball, but he was a star quarterback. I think he did have D1 offers to go to football, to go play football. And yeah, Deuce McBride, football offers. Let's see here. Um, I don't know. I'll figure it out later. But I definitely think he played football in high school, big time quarterback, and it shows. Like he looks comfortable and confident on the court. He looks like a floor general. Like he knows what to do with the ball. He's calm, cool, and collected. And I love Quickly, but the Knicks definitely made the right choice keeping him. But what I will say is that we're probably gonna have to give him up in a deal for another one of those big players, whether it's the D book. I don't want KD, but I think that's who we're gonna end up with. I just think KD's gonna ruin our culture. Um, and yeah, I don't know. I want Giannis. I think it might take too much to get him though, and I don't know if the Knicks are willing to pay that price. Um, because we do have like a good core, and if we run it back, we might be the 1 seed. I don't want to though, because I still think we're 1 player away, um, even without that next player. Like, if we have Randall, OG, Hartenstein, everybody healthy, I think we're still a player away, which we might be able to get at the deadline. I do think Donovan Mitchell's going to LA, and he's gonna team up with LeBron, AD, and join the Lakers. But he's a possibility. I don't know about that though. It might be too small of a backcourt. Um, he's athletic though. He can score the ball. So I wouldn't be opposed to that, but I just want to stay in the moment and keep being locked in on this playoff run, because it's been it's a great time to be a Knicks fan right now. After all our suffering throughout the 2010s, the 2020s brought a new life in Tom Thibodeau and Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson. These dudes, it's just been incredible. And Isaiah Hartenstein, what a pickup from Leon Rose last offseason. Actually, 2 off seasons ago, because he arrived the same year as Brunson did. He's not on a big contract, but he is an unrestricted free agent. Um, After this year, I do want the Knicks to keep him. Yeah, he's on um saying 2 years, 3 million, but I think he's making more than that. Hold up, let me see. Yeah, it's a 2 year, $17 million deal. Made 8 million last year, he's making 9 this year. And he's gonna make a lot more next year. Because after tying the Knicks playoff records for offensive rebounds in a game with 12, tying Charles Oakley, the ultimate rebounder hustle man. Somebody's gonna overpay for him. I can feel it. Um, and he's gonna be a rich man. I don't know. I think it's either we keep Hartenstein and move on from Mitch, or Hartenstein walks and we're almost forced to keep Mitch. Which I wouldn't be that opposed to. The problem with Mitch, though, is he can't stay on the court, and it's getting to a point where we need our guys to be healthy for playoff runs. And if you can't stay healthy, Tom Thibodeau probably isn't the best coach for you. Um, and that's that. But Jalen Brunson, a very sustainable, durable player. Another Herculean effort. A Nick playoff record for points in a first and a half with 28. He finished with 44, and he carried the Knicks to another win. And I think if you're saying the Knicks are going to win, it's a given that Jalen Brunson has to go for 40 at this point. Like the other guys like Dante and Hart and Deuce, they're X factors in their own right. But if the Knicks are gonna get a win, Jalen has to go for 40. And I don't know if it's the best thing in the world, but it is the reality we're living in. And it's kind of incredible how Tibbs is coaching well enough to bring this incredibly undermanned team to a position where they're one way from moving on to the Eastern Conference Finals. I never thought I'd say that sentence in my life. After a 7-win season, is it 6 or 7 years ago? I know Mitch was on that team. It was probably 2018. Let's see, Knicks 2018 record. That 2018 we had 29 wins. Let's see, 2017. Oh, it's probably 2019 because that was that was the Zion year, right? And that was when people were showing up to the Garden with Zion jerseys, and then we lost the lottery. Yeah, 17 wins in the 2019 season. Mitch was the only current Nick on that team, and we have no lottery picks playing right now. Randall's the only lottery pick on this team, and the highest pick player that is currently playing, Dante DiVincenzo with the 17th overall pick to the Milwaukee Bucks. It's just incredible. Like, I honestly don't know how we've gotten this far with what we have. Actually, I do. The heart, the fight, the grit. the will to win of this team. They just don't give up. The never say die attitude. And I give a lot of credit to Tibbs, who came out today that the Knicks are getting ready to offer him a long-term contract extension worth up to $10 million, and that would make him one of the highest paid coaches in the league. And he deserves it. He has coached a great playoff run. You can't blame him for the injuries. He hasn't done that yet. Overworked his guys and ran them into the ground for injuries, injury purposes. And he just came in here, got JB and Leon Rose, put all the right pieces in place, pressed all the right buttons, and it's worked out so far. And so I guess that's it. The Knicks are one way from the Eastern Conference Finals. I think they wrap it up in 6. We just have to keep rebounding. Indy's going to want to run and gun and talk trash at home, play a high octane pace of basketball. We cannot fall for their trap. We have to do what we did last night. And it was honestly, we beat them at their own game. We rebounded, we ran the fast break, we got offensive boards, and we capitalized on those offensive rebounds. Let me see how many second chance points we had, but I feel like every time we got an offensive rebound, we scored. Let's go. Team stats. All right, starting offensive rebounds, we had 20. And then does it show second chance points here? I don't know if it is. No, it doesn't. But we had a lot, including 2 putback posters, one for iHeart and one for Devo. And after that, Devo trying to go through the screen, that's when he got into his altercation. Dante trying to go through 2 screens got the Knicks into 2 altercations, 5 total technicals handed out in this game. I love it. All right, that's going to do it for me. Knicks are going to win. They're going to go to the Eastern Conference Finals and lose in 6 to the Celtics. I'm Ben Bowling. I'll talk to you soon.